Let's see if we can lock our opponent straight out of the game with Lockdown Demon Hunter. The idea behind this deck is we're going to be using Timeways Warden in combination with things like Loyal Librarian or Youthful Brewmaster in order to freeze out a single slot on our opponent's board, use after use, hopefully finishing it off where they have no minion slots available at all. Now, this is very much different than my initial theory craft that I had for a deck like this. However, there were two people that inspired a bunch of changes. Yublito sent me a DM saying this would be a deck that you might be interested in, which I had already planned, but I did like some of the ideas. It reminded me that Librarian existed. And then we also have Alucard over on Twitter, who went down more of this path too. Overall, this deck is really, really fun and can overwhelm your opponent with just a lot of big statted minions. It is worth mentioning before we get into the Mulligan guide, the deck isn't the greatest in the world, but it is really funny, which is why I still wanted to showcase it. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the list, you are going to be looking for your Tusk Piercer or Broxigar Portal in the opening hand. Then you're going to be looking for any draw power cards or AoE removal tools. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, DK. I haven't gotten around to DK. Originally, it was supposed to be before. I really do want to do something with Husk, because I think that would be a cool, like, portrait-based deck to do. But sadly, Husk doesn't work how I thought it worked. I thought Husk would use the corpses when you slammed him down instead of when it would be triggered, which means it's not actually as good of a card for like quest DK as I originally expected. So I don't know. Well, I'll figure something out. There has to be something there, right? Okay, let's just go face. Okay, Soulbreaker. That's, you know, the funny thing about Soulbreaker is it's one of those cards that is seen play again, even though you would expect it to be like power crept enough where you wouldn't want to run it, but like it does generate you a few additional corpses. It gives you a nice removal tool. Like I wouldn't say it's on the level of Arcane Intellect for weird cards that are seeing a little bit more play. Don't think. I think we go with the Warden, and then we just freeze our own minion out for 2 turns. And then we can use the Youthful Brewmaster to bounce it back at any point, too. Okay. Also, okay, so I thought about doing a Bwonsamdi DK list. It's been something that I've been really close to doing multiple times. Just between this deck, the Shaman list that I'm probably putting out, and I did see a very interesting rogue list over on Twitter. There might, I don't know. I don't know if Bwonsamdi is like interesting enough by the time I get to him. The idea would be I would use Tide Pool Pupils in order to get additional copies of the AoE spell. And I think that honestly isn't the worst idea. Okay, people are actually going to be running Dirty Rat, which is annoying, but that's okay. This is also one of those decks that I think would be better if Dirty Rat becomes less prevalent, if that makes sense. I kind of want to use Librarian here, but let's just bounce. I should have used Infiltrate first, but that's okay. Okay. So we can slam down Snake number 2, which gets rid of their other minion, and then we can use a return policy, get another Warden. Go face. Forge! Okay, there's a few reasons why you'd run Forge Fiend, right? I guess in a Bwonsamdi list, it makes sense, right? Because, like, you don't want to run a high-cost undead. So, like, Travel Agent kind of goes out, and it's, like, the second best, like, big taunt that you can run in a Bwonsamdi list. I mean, that's not going to do what you needed to do, but sure, go ahead, bud. Okay. I mean, we're still in a pretty good position. The funniest thing is we could, in theory, just completely lock them out. We just... the truth is we need to see Bwonsamdi, and then we slam down a Warden on top of the Bwonsamdi, and then hopefully we draw into the Librarian, or maybe we draw into Soothe Fancy, and then get more Librarians for that. There's Bwonsamdi. He was destroyed. So, there goes that plan, I guess. Tree Rat getting the Arana out of our hand, that's okay. Okay, please hit anything that isn't that. I don't think I care about taking 6 damage. Hopefully we get draw power off of the studies here. Okay. A bounce back would be really, really cool. Paraglide, actually. Okay. What are the chances that they have a way to like instantly deal with that? I guess they could have a corpse explosion, which would kind of feel bad to do on 2 minions, but they also have to think we're running out of time wardens here too. Or they're running out of resources themselves. Oh well. Yeah, we want Soothe Fancy so we can get additional copies of the Librarian. Well, we also have Zai in the list too. Speaking of Zai. Okay. Time for round 2. Let's see if this actually works. I guess round 5, right? Okay, Husk. That card had such a beautiful animation. I really wish he had a way to build around the card. Oh! Oh, and like... Oh, okay. I mean, that was like the absolute perfect top deck there for us. Too bad we can't silence their hero. Oh, Sooth Fancy, that's so nice. We're in such a good position. Okay, all we really have to do is lock down the other Awakener of Souls, and we got this. Okay, let's shuffle this into the deck. It's back to the top of the list. Let's pop this. We might as well do this, right? Why not? 4 slots locked down. Only 3 to... Well, actually, we can't do 3 more. We can only do 2 more. Or 1 more, actually. Right? Yeah. Perfect! Let's go! That's it! That's all we needed to see. I guess they could still have to laundry, but this will be fine. I'm just gonna get them as low as healing possible. I forgot to hero power, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep... I think we keep Proxygar for later. I can't believe this worked out how it worked. I sadly haven't really gotten an entire board lockdown, but I'll take 5 slots. I've done this actually multiple times with this version of the list. Deck feels fun, truthfully. I don't think that's enough, bud. Alright. Let's silence our opponent out of this game, because I think this is perfect game, actually. Let's go! Take some charge. Alright, we're pivoting a bit just because we have to entertain Clark's chat now, too. So, to this list that I was going to do later in the week. And honestly, this could easily be one of our worst matchups because I'm assuming this is going to be Dummy Warrior. But I really felt bad for showing a deck that was like a year old, aka Starship, Hand Control, Shaman, which was the other deck that I was planning on doing today. But it is what it is. But I don't know. Maybe we're not playing against that. Because I mean, Dummy also just kind of passed back and forth a lot of the time too. So maybe it is still Dummy. Okay, I'm just going to use this for now. That'll activate the... So yeah, it's probably going to be Dummy here. But yeah, we can slam down the big minion here too. And I'm not going to attack with the weapon for now. We're just going to hold onto it for later. Okay, there's Ancient of Yore. So they're playing a more control-y version of Dummy, right? Is that what I'm seeing here? Okay, so this could be fun. I'm curious of... How do we actually want to do this? We can hit into it with our weapon, heal for a little bit. And I was thinking about maybe slamming down the other portal, but this should be okay for now. Okay. Oh, thanks for the follow, Daylights. Here's our shield slam, getting rid of our big minion, which kind of sucks for us, but it's okay. It could also just be Control Warrior, I guess, theoretically, right? Never mind, it is just Dummy Warrior. Okay, we do have the Zai in our hand, which is really nice. We're probably going to end up using that for later. Okay, the Librarian's kind of cool. Got the other portal. I don't want to waste an AoE here, truth be told. Okay. I guess the turtle is about to say bye-bye. Oh, that sucks to burn, but it's okay. Now, we can say goodbye to the turtle and never have to worry about that. There's also an argument we could have made to, like, silence the Ancient of Yore and then just make them draw into fatigue each individual turn. I've thought about doing that in a few different matchups, but I feel like that would just backfire so hard so quickly that I just never actually done it. This deck is really fun on what it can actually do, though. Like, I wish we could lock down more. Like, Warrior is one of the matchups where if we had room for Dirty Rat, I think this would feel better against Dummy. Because you could slam down Dirty Rat, slam down a Warden, and then slam down a Brewmaster or Librarian, and you'd be fine. We might be able to get game pretty quickly here, though. Okay, there's the boom wrench, so it is Dummy. Like, I had a sneaky suspicion, but they've been playing a lot of cards that made me question it. Okay, Portal is pretty good. I sadly have learned the fact that Portal cannot give you multiple Broxicars if you copy the Portal. There's the Brox. Yeah! Wait. Hand space. Yeah, I guess we do this. And then we just hope this... Oh, we would have had perfect game! It would have been perfect! It would have been perfect! Oh, wait, we have it. I don't know what's up, man. I don't know, but we got it. Now that we're through the game, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, how did this deck perform? Well, for the namesake of the deck, it performed pretty well. However, if you're looking for a deck to actually win a lot of games, the deck does not feel that good. It really does easily lose to Dummy Warrior. If you can somehow find a way to fit in Dirty Rat in this list, theoretically, it could be a very, very good deck for that. That was the one benefit of the previous version that I was running, where we were able to cheat out a bunch of the combos earlier on. But this has more consistency of being able to lock down multiple spots on our opponent's board. Overall, if you're looking for something to do with Time Warden, especially if you're looking for a big meme to try out before the balancing patch, whenever that is going to be, this one is a lot of fun. Before we go, special thanks to our channel member of Daniel Nascimento. If you want to join the channel memberships, there are 3 tiers. And if you can't afford to do that, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't, or turn on the notification button. But like always, until next time, bye-bye.